Welcome to Firearms of America. Today, let's dive yet again into a history. The history of Beretta. Beretta is a very popular Italian firearms manufacturer. We all know that. But did you know that in 2026, Beretta will be celebrating its 500-year-old history? 500 years! Yes, if you're wondering, that does make Beretta the oldest active manufacturer of firearms and firearms components in the world. Beretta has been supplying weapons for every major European war since 1650s. So let's dive into the history of the oldest firearms manufacturer and see how and where it started. Since the times of Roman Empire, a northern Italian river valley called Val Trompia has been the central location for iron mining. After the Renaissance, Val Trompia also became the center of weapons manufacturing. By mid-16th century, Val Trompia had 40 different ironworks that were supplied by 50 different mines and 8 smelters. Well, the birth of Beretta is in Gardone village, in the middle of Val Trompia. Beretta has been in operation since around 1500s. In fact, the very first recorded contract is dated back to October 1526 for some arquebus barrels. Arquebus being the type of long gun that was around in Europe back in 15th century. According to the contract, Republic of Venice paid 296 ducats to the Maestro di Cane, which translates to the master gunmaker, Bartolomeo Beretta. Yes, the original founder of Beretta, Bartolomeo Beretta. In the 1698, Beretta became the second largest gun barrel producer in Gardone. By the 17th century, Beretta became the largest gun barrel maker in Gardone. The knowledge of gun barrel manufacturing has been passed from Bartolomeo to his son, later to great-son, later to great-great-son. It has been passed from generation to generation. And that is how Beretta has been owned by the same family for almost 500 years now. In the early 1800s, Pietro Antonio Beretta was traveling through Italy to demonstrate the quality of his products and to collect orders. He did that in spite of the hardship caused by constant wars. His son Giuseppe continued his father's work, creating new opportunities for the company by taking it to the international level. In 1880s, Beretta's production reached 8,000 guns a year. Beretta is responsible for manufacturing one of the very first submachine guns in the world, the Beretta model 1918. Around the same time, Beretta's employment reached 1,000 employees. Now, the second Pietro Beretta is given credit for taking the firm to the next level. The 20th century was the time of the growth for the company. Pietro Beretta built company's own hydroelectric plant to provide its own power for their factory. In 1920, Beretta bought Fabbrica di Armi Lario. In 1930, with the spread of fascism across Italy, it did not take root in Val Trompia, thanks to Beretta's family-like relationship with employees. During the World War II, Germans occupied Beretta's plant. Nazis took Pietro Beretta hostage until he was rescued by the partisans. After the war, Beretta was associated with Beretta, Benelli, Castelbarco automobile, as well as Val motorcycle manufacturer. After the World War II, Beretta continued developing firearms for the Italian army, police forces, and the civilian market. Beretta USA was founded in 1977 when Beretta bought a bankrupt gun factory near Washington, D.C. Beretta Model 92 9mm pistol, one of the most widely produced firearms in history, had been introduced 2 years earlier. This was a gun that would soon land Beretta a massive military contract and thousands of smaller deals to supply law enforcement agencies. A huge breakthrough to the North American market for Beretta came in the 1980s, when their Beretta 92 was selected as a sidearm for the United States Army to replace the 1911 pistol. The Beretta 92 was designated as the M9 pistol. The M9 was serving the US Army for quite a while, until it was replaced by the 6-hour P320 in 2019. The deal raised Beretta's profile considerably in the United States. Its pistols continued to appear in Hollywood movies such as Lethal Weapon. Law enforcement agencies around the country began ordering the commercial version 92F of the Beretta 92 9mm handgun, appreciating its ability to fire 15 shots before reloading versus the 8-round capacity of most large caliber pistols. Civilians also bought them. The pistol retailed for about $600. Smaller 22 caliber pistols sold for $200. By 2000, the company grew to 75,000 square feet in Gardone and another 50,000 square feet in a few sites in Italy, Spain, and Maryland, United States. Also in early 2000, Beretta bought the remaining shares in Benelli Arms, another venerable Italian gunmaker. In March of that year, it bought an 86% share in Aldo Uberti, $15 million a year replica gun-making business founded in 1959. With a corporate umbrella company in place to oversee its subsidiaries, Beretta Holding next acquired Sacco Limited, a Finnish maker of hunting and sports rifles from Metso Corporation in January 2001. Today, Beretta, also known as Fabbrica di Armi Pietro Beretta, is run by Franco Gusali Beretta, who is the president and the CEO of the company. Beretta has a wide range of semi-automatic pistols, a few revolvers, plenty of shotgun models, rifles, carbines, submachine guns, machine pistols, and even grenade launchers. 500 years of history. One family from generation to generation. Truly an amazing history of Beretta.